Missing someone. Missing someone. Missing someone. Love with all your heart. Missing someone. Love with heart. How much you miss it. And you miss it. And you miss it.
My name is Em and welcome back to the start of a brand new reading vlog. Today is Friday the 12th of February and this weekend I'm hosting a readathon. I'm hosting a weekend readathon that goes from today until Sunday. I am gonna start as soon as I finish my school for the day and everything else that I need to do so that I can have full attention on reading. But it is essentially a Valentine's Day readathon or Valentine's weekend readathon. Seeing as we're in lockdown and we can't really do anything else, I thought it would be really fun to do this readathon. So I'm going to show you my TBR for this readathon. It's actually quite extensive and I don't know how many of these books I am actually going to be able to read, but I have high hopes and I'm just really excited. So if you're able to tell, I do have a new backdrop for my videos. I got some bookshelves last week. You will be seeing a couple bookshelf videos coming very soon. I don't know if they're going to be up before this, we shall see. And I'm really happy to have some bookshelves now as my background because I didn't for so many years. Okay, so as I said, I have a lot of books on this TBR. I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish them all, but I'm gonna hope to achieve most of it, if not all of it, if I can. So there are 3 prompts for this readathon. Again, if you are participating, you don't need to complete the prompts. You can double up, you can triple up, whatever you want to do. It's a super chill readathon, but I wanted to have some prompts just for this one just because, you know, it's a themed one. So the first prompt is to read a book with a love story or featuring love. It can be romance, it can be platonic, it can be family love, it can be anything. The one that I am using is the X-Talk and I wanted to read it for forever and I finally received it last week and I'm really excited. This is apparently a romantic comedy about these 2 exes who do a radio show or a podcast together and they're secretly falling back in love, but they can't show that they're falling back in love because that would ruin the podcast, and that is what I have heard it's about and it sounds amazing and I cannot wait to read it. I actually can't seem to find an audiobook of this either, so this will have to be a physical read. The next prompt is to read a graphic novel or a short book if you don't have a graphic novel, and I actually have 3 graphic novels on this TBR and they're all by the same author. And no, it's not Heartstopper. I know you're thinking it's Heartstopper, but it isn't. The first one is The Tea Dragon Society by Katie O'Neill. It's so wholesome, it's so sweet, and I haven't reread it physically ever, so I can't wait to read this. Then I also have Aquacorn Cove by Katie O'Neill, which again seems like such a wholesome graphic novel. I don't know if this is about tea dragons, but it is about some sort of mythical creature and I think that sounds super cute, so there you go. And then the final graphic novel that I have physically is Princess Ever After by Katie O'Neill as well, and I think this is the one I'm going to use for the prompt simply because it is about a love story, and though it doesn't have to be, I kind of want to keep into the theme of romance and love for this readathon. Very excited about this. The other graphic novel that I actually want to read is Bingo Love Volume 1. I don't currently have the physical copy of it, but I do have the e-copy of it, so I'm hoping to read that today actually. The next prompt is to read something that's going to make you happy, and I have to choose the Tea Dragon Society for this one because it will make you happy. It will make you feel so warm and fuzzy inside and I cannot wait to read this. Then I actually have a couple more books on my TBR. Can we believe it? Not really. But the book that I am actually currently reading is Stalking Jack the Ripper by Kerry Maniscalco. I did think I was going to have this finished before the start of this readathon, but I was too busy and too tired, so I didn't get around to finishing it. However, I have about 100 pages left and I'm definitely going to attempt to finish this tonight. I'm loving this book. This is also kind of about a love story, but it's not the main plot, so I'm not going to use it for a prompt, but I am still going to read it this week and I'm absolutely loving this. This is a buddy read with Eden from Eden is Reading and I am adoring buddy reading. I'm adoring reading it and I definitely need to get the next in the series ASAP. The final book on this TBR, which has gone on for way too long, is actually an audiobook. If I decide to do an audiobook this weekend, this is the one I will turn to, but I'm not determined to finish it. And it is You Had Me at Ola by Alexis Daria. I am on chapter 8, I think, and as I was doing my makeup today, I was actually listening to it, and it's a super fast, fun read, and I'm really enjoying it. It is essentially about some telenovela characters, and they are on screen and then they kind of fall in love off screen, but they're determined not to avoid another scandal. It's super fun and super interesting, and I can't wait to read more. So yeah, that is my big stack of books for the weekend. I hope that I'm able to achieve most, if not all, or some of these books. I have high hopes, and I'm going to try to read as much as I can. I'm not sure if I'm going to be doing any sprints this weekend. I'm going to try to again, but there's a lot of energy and I'm so exhausted, so I don't know if I'm going to be doing it. Also, honorable mention to my t-shirt that just says "Save the Drama for Your Mama." As you know, this is an iconic Harry Styles t-shirt because he wore it after Jennifer Aniston wore it on the show Friends. So both of the icons there. I am going to stop talking right now because this has been the longest intro ever, but I hope you enjoy this vlog. Grab a cup of tea, grab some cake, I don't know, something to get yourself comfy and settle in to watch this. I'm very excited to take you along with me, and I will talk to you when I have another reading update. It's literally been like half an hour since I've talked to you, but a book arrived in the post, and it is a romance book, and it's possible that I might read it this weekend. I mean, after I finish everything else, but it's kind of staring at me and I want to read it, and it is The Duke and I, which is the first Bridgerton book. If you don't know, I am currently watching Bridgerton. I'm currently on episode 5, I think. It's okay. I definitely don't think it's perfect, and I'm already kind of sensing a couple of problems, but it's still kind of enjoyable. And so I kind of want to read the book, and I don't know if I want to read it during this readathon because I was going to film like a separate vlog for this because I've heard that it's not the best and it's a little bit like questionable at times, and I think I would like my reactions to be in a vlog, so we will see if I do actually pick that up. Right now I'm doing a French project that's due today. If it's due today, it's due today. But also I wanted to say that Jodie from Vanilla Moon and Sabine from Sabine's Book Nook is also hosting a 48-hour readathon this weekend, which is so funny. The weekend that I do a 48-hour readathon, they also do. It's crazy, but there's some live reading sprints on right now, so instead of reading, I'm actually doing my project, but that's also being productive so that I can read later, because obviously I can't start reading before I finish my project. But I am very excited nonetheless, so yeah, I am participating in 2 readathons this weekend. Hello guys, it is 8:40 in the evening right now, and I have made so much progress since I was speaking to you last. I have since finished 2 books. I am moving on to book 3, and it's literally Friday night. The only problem is I need to keep up this momentum through the whole weekend, but even if I don't, I've still read 2 books, which I'm so proud of. So the first book that I read was Bingo Love. It's a graphic novel, and it's very heartwarming and eye-opening, and it felt like a real story. I don't really know the history behind it, whether it was the story that happened to the author or somebody belonged to the author. I think maybe their grandparents or something. I don't 100% know, but it definitely felt like a very raw, real story that was told from the heart, and it was very heartwarming, but also very upsetting to see how horrible the world can be, and I don't know, it just made me emotional. So I think I gave that one a 4 stars. I was close to giving it a 5, but I'm trying to be more cautious about the books that I give 5 stars, simply because I love nearly every book that I finish. Otherwise I wouldn't finish it, because I'm a big believer in DNFing books. Not every book can be a 5 star because they're all so amazing. But yeah, I really liked that one. Highly recommend picking it up. I didn't think that the writing was necessarily spectacular, but going into a graphic novel, I'm not always looking for spectacular writing. I'm looking for the story and the art, which was stunning. I want to know if there's more volumes, and I want to know if I can get a physical copy because I read it on an e-copy and I just love it so much. The second book that I finished, which I have just finished a couple minutes ago, I finished the last sentence just as my nana FaceTime, and I was like reeling from the ending and just had to have like a normal conversation. But the one that I finished was Stalking Jack the Ripper by Kerry Maniscalco. This was a really good book. I could have given this one a 5 star, but I didn't. I think I'm going to give this one a 4.5 star or a 4 star. I really liked it, but because it was very gruesome and disgusting in places, I don't think I could rate it the full 5 because there were definitely some places where I was like, that's a little much, but I wasn't scared through this book and I wasn't revolted by this book, even though there was a lot of disgusting things happening. I was shooketh from the ending. It was so shocking and I absolutely loved this book. I highly recommend picking up this series. I mean, here I am recommending a series that's literally probably one of the most popular on BookTube, but it's popular for a reason because I'm really liking it. So yeah, I can't believe I am 2 books down. I really need the next books in the series right now. I might order those after this weekend because I mean, it is Friday today and I did say I can buy myself a book on Friday, so I'm gonna do it. But yeah, that is 2 books down for my readathon and I'm really happy with that. It's also 2 books down for the Celebrateathon, which is hosted by Jodie from Vanilla Moon and Sabine from Sabine's Book Nook. They're the sweetest people ever. Sabine is so sweet and I was messaging her. She's just so sweet. I'm really proud of my progress so far. I need to not get too ahead of myself because I know that I'll be like, but I already read so much this weekend. Let me just reward myself by looking through TikTok for hours, which I'm not going to do. I'm going to take a break right now and watch some BookTube or Netflix or something. The other main book on this TBR, as I said, is The X Talk, which is like a fun rom-com, and after reading Stalking Jack the Ripper, I'm not really in the mood for a fun rom-com. I'm in the mood for the second book in this series, but I don't currently have that, so we're gonna make do with what we have and we're gonna thrive. So that is it. I am so tired. I also need to edit a video from like 2 weeks ago. I have not filmed or edited in so long. It's the motivation is gone, guys. I can't keep looking at my face for so long while editing. But that is it. I think this will be probably the last check-in for tonight, simply because I'm quite tired, but I have the weekend ahead of me and I'm very excited. So I will talk to you tomorrow, hopefully when I have some more reading updates. Also, real quick, I wanted to say thank you to Eden for buddy reading this with me. I don't know if we're going to continue buddy reading the series. I'd like to. I had so much fun. I don't know where she is in the book because the time zones are really different, but I can't wait to see your thoughts, Eden. And yeah, that's really fun. So I actually surprisingly love this book and I'm still like reeling from the ending. I don't know how accurate it is because I actually didn't know too much about the Jack the Ripper killings and things like that, so I really don't know if the person who Jack the Ripper is actually like who he was in real life. I don't know. I will probably research it, but not right now because it's nighttime and we don't need those vibes. But I'm very excited to continue with this series because Thomas Cresswell, that's all I need to say. Good night. Hi, hello, it is Saturday today. Happy Saturday. It's currently 5:30 in the evening and I've not read anything all day, which is what I was afraid was gonna happen. I was gonna be like, yesterday was so successful, let me reward myself by not reading. I've been watching Bridgerton. I think I'm about halfway through, but I want to read. So last night before bed I picked up The X Talk and I only read 1 chapter. I didn't really intend to read more. I wanted to start it because often the starts of books are really hard to get into, so I wanted to have the first chapter out of the way so that I would be motivated to finish it today or read a lot of it today. That's not really the case because I am not 100% loving this book. If I gave it a good enough chance, I'm sure I would really like it. I'm just not really in the mood for this type of story, and I feel like in the first chapter alone there was a lot of like terminology about radio shows. I don't know if it's just me being picky, but I really didn't want to read about radio shows. Like, I know it's about a radio show or a podcast or whatever, which is totally fine. That's really exciting. I'm gonna learn about that. But like, there was so much talk about like sound booths and different terminology, and I don't know, I found it a little bit disconnecting from the story. I would say it's like enemies to lovers, but not in the fantasy sense that they're trying to kill each other, which is why I find any other enemies to lovers a little bit bland. To get myself back into the reading mood, I'm going to read Princess Ever After by Katie O'Neill. This is a very short graphic novel. Look at the little pages. Oh my god, I don't think it's focusing. There you go. Look at that. That's so cute. So I'm hoping to read that right now, and then hopefully I will be motivated to continue further. I will update you when I finish this book. I hope you're having an amazing Saturday.
And you did it right from the start.
Okay, I have just finished finished Princess Ever After and I didn't really like it. I think I'm going to give this one a 2.5 stars. But on Goodreads, I'm just going to give it a 2 star. I didn't really like it. I thought it was very underdeveloped. And I know it was a short story. But some graphic novels, though they're short, they fit a lot into the pages. I feel like this didn't. I think it was cute in some parts and I definitely liked the dragon. But that's about it. I don't know. I just didn't really like this one, which I'm super disappointed in. I mean, it's cute and I definitely think the art is cute and representation and everything like that is amazing. That is book number 3 done for the readathon. I think right now I might read another chapter of the X Talk and then I will decide if I'm going to put it down or keep going.
From the start. Missing someone is as normal. Missing someone and missing someone is as normal. Missing someone.
Hi guys, happy Sunday and happy Valentine's Day. I woke up this morning and I wouldn't say upset, but I was just a little bit kind of disheartened that this was the first Valentine's Day that I didn't get to see my dad because of lockdown. He always made it a tradition to give me and my sisters a rose every single Valentine's Day, no matter what. And this was obviously the first year that I didn't get to see him, so obviously I didn't get a rose. And I was just kind of like, you know, I understand. I got the biggest shock ever when a car pulled up outside my house and it was a courier with a rose. Guys, you have no idea how much this gesture just means to me. It's just like a rose in a little vase, and he had a handwritten card sent as well, and it's just the most special thing because literally every single year he's given me a rose and it's always been so nice and such a lovely tradition, I think. And even on his wedding day, I gave me a rose on the wedding day because I was the flower girl, and it was so special. So it really made my day. So that's put me in such a good mood. I was already in a good mood. I started my morning off with watching Sabine's reading sprints. It was the last reading sprints for the Celebrate-a-thon hosted by Sabine's Book Nook and Jodie from Vanilla Moon, and I joined them. I was listening to the audiobook of You Had Me at Ola, which was so much fun and I'm really liking that. I have 6 hours left and I hope I can finish it today. I would really like to have another book finished. So I did actually finish another book last night. I finished Heartstopper, the mini comics. I had no idea that this was a thing, but I love Heartstopper. I was so excited when I found out that it was a thing and I read the whole thing. It was so wholesome. I gave it 4 stars though. I'm trying to be a lot more critical over what my 5-star books are, because sometimes you just finish a book and you know it's instantly 5 stars. I want to save the 5-star rating for really amazing books. I'm hoping I can finish You Had Me at Ola today. I'm hoping to finish organizing my bookshelves today too, so that I can have that video edited and up by Wednesday. I think I'm gonna have that video up before this one simply because you get to see the bookshelves in this vlog and it would be a spoiler for the bookshelf video. That is it. Also, I did decide to not pick up the X Talk. I might pick it up later in the month or later in the year. I don't know. It looks really good. I still do think it does have potential to be an amazing book, but I just was not in the headspace to sit down and physically read a romance book, especially one that I wasn't immediately captivated in. I'm hoping to listen to the audiobook of You Had Me at Ola as I do my bookshelves. It's a really fun audiobook, but it's about these 2 telenovela stars who are in this new movie together, and they're both like really attractive and they're like determined to stay away from any kind of scandal, so they don't want anything to do with each other, but they're kind of like falling in love because it's a very romantic telenovela. They both have secrets that they want kept secret, so it's very interesting to read and I'm really liking it. I think the audiobook is a very fast read. I think I'm on chapter 19 or 20 right now, so I'm hoping to finish that as I organize my bookshelves. It's so good. I realized that A Court of Silver Flames doesn't actually come out tomorrow. It comes out Tuesday and I'm so concerned that my copy is not going to arrive and I'm so disappointed. already, even though I don't know if it will arrive, simply because my order still says processing and it's shipping from England, and obviously with Brexit everything shipping from England is taking a lot longer. We're just gonna see how it goes, and yeah, I still have tomorrow to finish my current reads. Yesterday, instead of the X Talk, I did pick up Throne of Glass. As you know, I'm hosting a read along for it and I'm well behind because Throne of Glass was supposed to be read in January, but I'm really enjoying it so far. I thought I wouldn't be as into it as it's a reread and I rarely reread books, but I'm still so into it. I'm loving it already and I'm very interested to see how many like kind of hints that Sarah gave us from the later books, because obviously I've read all of the books except Kingdom of Ash, so it's going to be very exciting for me to figure out all of the little hints that she drops along the way. So that is it for right now. The Celebrate-a-thon is over since 12 p.m. My readathon still goes on until tonight. I'm hoping I can finish another book, but so far this weekend I've already finished 4 books, which is kind of amazing. Hi guys, hello. It is now 8:30 on Sunday night and I'm coming on to end this vlog and to wrap up my reading weekend. I had such a phenomenal weekend this weekend and I read a lot of books. I read 4 books this weekend. Granted, 3 of them were graphic novels. Graphic novels are still books in my mind. They weren't long books, but I was just in the mood to get through a couple of really fast books and some TBR books before ACOSF comes out next week. On Friday, I read 212 pages. I read 2 books. I started out the readathon reading Bingo Love, which I gave 4 out of 5 stars. It was a very, very wholesome graphic novel. I really liked it. Then I read Stalking Jack the Ripper, which I gave 4.5 stars. I really, really like that one as well and cannot wait for the sequel to arrive. Then Saturday, I also finished 2 books. I finished Princess Ever After by Katie O'Neill, which I sadly gave 2 stars. Didn't really like that one at all, but that's okay. And I also read Heartstopper the mini comics, so I read 142 pages, and today I read 192 pages and got halfway through You Had Me at Ola. I did want to finish You Had Me at Ola, but I didn't actually get a chance to listen to any more this evening because I ended up going down to my grandparents for dinner and then I went for a big long walk with my mum and it was just lovely, but I didn't get to read anything. So yeah, that wraps up this weekend. I'm so happy with how much I managed to read. In total that's like 546 pages, which I think is incredible. I had such a fun time, and thank you to everybody who watched this video. Thank you if you participated. If you watched this far, please comment the yellow heart emoji. I would love to see that, and thank you so much for watching. Let me know down in the comments if you participated, what you read, etc. I just love to chat in the comments. They make me so happy. So thank you for watching. I will see you soon in the next video. Stay amazing, stay kind. Bye guys.